This is a daughter podcast where dads come to talk, think, and thrive with your hosts, Oscar and Blandon. Our mission is to cultivate a community of strong, mindful, and present fathers.
We want to curate honest conversations with all men, but especially those who have the honor of raising daughters.
Hey, welcome back, everyone, to the Daughter Podcast. This is Oscar here with Blandon on the other side. What's up, man?
Hey, man, how are you doing? It looks like you're back on your regular side again.
It's just a backdrop. I just went ahead and bought the backdrop and put it in the... Now I was able to come home for a little bit and visit the girls. I got a 3-day weekend thanks to our brave veterans who gave us that. So took advantage of that and came home. So we're good.
Very nice, very nice. I'm glad you're back on your other side. I mean,
It feels so good to be home. How about you, man? How's the weekend going?
The weekend's going good, man. I woke up early this morning and took the girls to Chuck E. Cheese. So that's always an adventure. I met up with another dad homie of mine, a good friend of mine. He also has 4 girls, but he brought his 2 youngest girls there. So yeah, we had an excellent time at Chuck E. Cheese. A little expensive though. A little expensive. We'll get into that, but for what you get versus what you pay, it is and especially in this economy, it's a little hurt on the pocketbook. But
well, first of all, you said you got up early to go to Chuck E. Cheese.
I did.
I'm not even gonna ask you what early means at this moment, but if I have an adult getting up early to go to the casino, I question their everyday thing. And you know me, I feel like places like Chuck E. Cheese are training grounds for, little gamblers.
Yeah.
Not that I don't partake. I'm just saying.
Right.
So
No,
early, huh?
Yeah, so I guess early. Well, because Saturdays is typically like a mealing around day. Like you're just kind of chilling out, you're just kind of relaxing, it's slow boogie. But you want to get up, I help get the girls' hair together and get them dressed, and my wife cooked breakfast this morning. So maybe I should back up. So we took the girls to Chuck E. Cheese because this was my youngest request. Because again, she got Scholar of the Month at her school.
Atta girl, that's awesome.
Right. So a different teacher this time nominated her. And so she had 2 requests for me. She wanted me to barbecue ribs, which I did for her. They love my ribs. And then she wanted to go to Chuck E. Cheese today. So I honored those 2 requests. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
So she's a girl that knows what she wants.
She does. She is very decisive, which I'm grateful for, because I see so many people, men and women, who are extremely indecisive, and it is problematic. But no, she is decided. Yes.
Okay. So we go to Chuck E. Cheese. You buy. Now, here's the thing too. Like, it's a double whammy. So before you used to buy the coins.
Right.
So you would have a tangible thing that you could put in there, and you could feel that disappear. So at least you kind of learn to manage the little funds, right?
Yep.
Now you got this little card you swipe.
Yep.
And you feel nothing. They're just my girls will go there and just like tap. I mean, and before they're like, it doesn't work anymore. Oh yes, it's because you went through all of your funds in like minutes, man.
Yeah. So they have the thing now. So at Chuck E. Cheese, they have either you pay for points or you pay for time. So you can pay for time like 30, 60, 90 minutes, 2-hour increments of time. And so it's on a timer. So once that time runs out, then the card stops working. Or you can pay for points, which every game there is worth 1 point.
Yeah.
So if you pay for points, you can continue to run around there for 3 hours. It doesn't matter the time, just as long as you still have points.
Yeah.
So I asked the girls what they wanted to do today. I broke down both options. Like, okay, we can be here for 60 minutes. We could be here for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
We can be here for 2 hours, which I wasn't going to pay necessarily for 2 hours.
Right.
Or you can get this certain amount of points. Now, I don't think there's 90 games here.
Yeah.
So if I pay for 90 points for each of you, you could probably go through these games multiple times. And so after explaining that, they both decided that they wanted me to pay for points.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so we'll pay for points. And then once those points are over, we're over. And so They understood that.
Okay. That's good. So they do have to manage that a little bit.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
and
uh,
you should have saw how they were managing. They like, my oldest was like, "I'm not scanning for this game. You scan for
Yes.
this."
Yeah, because some of those are like 3 to 4 points. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right. Yeah, the thought of, the gambling thing, also was reaffirmed for me when we lived in Washington. There was this casino, legit
Yeah,
casino.
yeah, yeah,
As you walked in, I kid you not, as you walked in, there was a Chuck E. Cheese type
yeah,
area for the kids, and you signed in your kid, so you can go
yeah, yeah,
gamble while your kid was learning to gamble. And then you know, once you're done, either broke or rich, whichever one, you
yeah,
know, comes in, you go pick up your kid, and then you leave. And they had the whole, counter with all the toys and all the little plastic nonsense that gets left on the ground and you step on barefoot, that kind of thing. They had it all there.
yeah.
And so that's when I was like, this is nuts to see, like, you have to go to the casino so bad that you have to go leave your kid with the casino.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make a declarative statement here that that's a little problematic.
It
Like,
might
and
be,
it's a little problematic
you
because now
know?
I can see it when you go to the gym. Maybe okay, you want to work out, you're trying to
Yeah,
better your body, and they have a little play area for your kids. I'm a little
yeah.
iffy about that too, but at least I could see that you're
Yeah,
going
but
to.
they don't have gambling machines for the kids in the at the gym.
That's true. That's true. But I'm saying it's like a little activity area for the kids. Like
Yeah.
you sign them in there. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
signing
yeah.
my kids into the casino, I don't really need to go that bad.
I don't know, man. It's nuts. It's a racket.
Yeah.
They're I mean, they know how to take the money and that money goes real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. And we were talking about this before we got on, before we pressed record. Like that gambling mindset is completely different. So it's not really, you're not, that mindset of gambling is not realized gain, right? So great, you won $50, but in the gambler's mind, it's like, well, if I bet more, I could have won more. So
Yeah.
now I've actually lost money because I didn't bet more. And so
Yeah, yeah.
now they have to catch up to that imaginary money that they could have had instead of being satisfied with the realized gain that they actually did have.
Some people might call that, optimism, my friend. I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah. But it's like that everywhere. Like anytime that you are trying to have this curated fun, you know you're gonna come off a
You're
grip of
gonna
money.
pay
You
for it.
for and for me and the girls, I love to spend time with them and I love
Yeah.
to go and have these adventures with them. But I think we were talking about it, man. Like if you go even to the
Yeah.
aquarium, thank God that they do have a military discount. I'm a veteran, I can use it. But like just to go to the aquarium with me and the two girls, um, that's $100.
Yeah,
Just
at least.
entrance.
Yeah.
Just entrance, right?
And you know they got a restaurant in there with snacks and food.
And they got prizes, they got games, they
Yep.
got the loveys, they got keepsakes, if
Oh,
you
yeah.
can feed the things at the aquarium or the zoo and all this other stuff. And then you don't want it to go on the free day because the free day, it's like it's like a madhouse in there.
Everybody's in there, yeah.
Everybody's trying to go. Everybody's running over everybody. So that's crazy. So I just rather pay for it. But when you pay for it, you're paying out the nose.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, poor creatures in there on their free day, right? Especially especially the touch the creatures day. I always remember of, Finding Dory or
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
Finding Dory.
yeah, yeah,
Everybody's
yeah,
trying to grab him.
yeah.
Can you imagine that? That's crazy, dude.
It's crazy. No, that was
Yeah,
fun.
but
That
and
was
then
that was fun for free.
just saying. Uh, yeah, so yeah, it's not cheap to do those things. It's not cheap. They have it like indoor playgrounds now
Yep,
that you have to pay for.
yep,
Um, they have the ones that they have the harness that kind of hangs you off of the
yep,
whole thing. I I'll be honest with you. At first, I was real into those. Like, that's really cool because you can kind of help your kid to get rid of that little bit of that fear
mhm,
of
mhm,
falling, or at least to help them get a little braver, a little more confident, to
right.
do these things. Um, and then I went to go pay for it, and I'm like, "You "You want how much to hang my kid off that harness?" "Nah, we're good. I'll just go tell him to go climb a tree and see if I
Ex
can catch him on the way down."
Hello, hello, hello.
Right?
What do we use? We
And
use the tree,
that's right,
a
yeah.
tree and a rope.
I mean, again, this one prevents a lot of more broken bones than the tree,
Right.
but
That's
at this
true.
point,
That's
at
true.
that price, it might cost me the same to take him to the doctor.
At the emergency room at the ER.
And then you walk in there, the nurse is like, "Why don't you just take him to one of the indoor playgrounds?"
Exactly, exactly, where they had a harness, net, some safety things. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's expensive, man, and I used to always, like, kinda laugh at the whole, "Hey, kids are expensive," almost like they're charging you for being your kid.
Right.
But then as I started to have my kids, just the environment of having kids is expensive,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
starts from the very beginning, like, I used to get so mad. My wife would, oh, we have to buy, especially from your first child, right? You want all the new things.
Yeah,
You
you have everything.
yeah, and but the clothes, it's like she wants 4 things. I'm like, that baby is either gonna outgrow that really quick, poop the crap out of that thing real quick, and then it's not usable. And then by the time we wash it and put it back, the kid is already grown. So, but you go over to the stores, and that's what they're selling you, right? The 0 months and I mean, all that stuff, and it goes so fast. And our kids are spread apart enough to where we couldn't just like we just didn't keep the clothes. Like two
Yeah,
years after we had the kid, I'm like, get rid of that stuff. It's just clutter, right? And then we have a kid 2 years. We're like, oh, I should have kept that stuff.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
and I say get rid of it. For us, the military community is pretty cool most of the time because uh, everybody kind of helps each other out. And it's like, hey,
mhm,
we just had
mhm.
a kid. You go to the shop and it's like, all right, my kid is 2 months old now. They can't wear any of this clothes. Here's for the next kid, and so we leave that, but that's not the case for everyone. So it's an expensive thing to go through is kids.
Yeah, and you want to create those experiences for them. I just think it has gotten a lot more expensive over time because I just remember being able to go to amusement parks back in the day and being able to go to the zoo. And I remember that when they had dollar zoo days, and
Yeah.
then dollar movie days,
Right.
and so I could almost pay for it by myself. I wouldn't need my parents to pay for it
Right.
for me, for the dollar movie days. And they had dollar hot dogs and dollar soda and dollar popcorn, and then you can watch the movie. And it's not like that going to the movies anymore.
Right.
And I enjoy going to the movies because I had so many great memories as a kid myself going to the movie. So of
Yeah.
course I want my girls to have those experiences, but just the tickets alone, that's $40 for all of us, and you haven't even gotten to concessions yet. And then, like, if you want a souvenir or collectible, and if you want premier seating, or if you want to do it in so the thing that we like is like the 4DX experience where they have the water and the wind and the chair moves and all this other stuff while you're watching a movie. So we like that, but that's man, listen.
Man, I need to go to Houston apparently because I can't find tickets for $10 a piece here,
Yeah.
first of all. And second of all, we don't have none of this 4D real experience thing.
Well, first of all, matinee, that's one.
Yeah.
And then I am a member with the movie. So when you go to the movie and you become a member and you go so often, it gives you certain credits.
Yeah.
And then if you rack up enough credits, then it gives you discounts on tickets. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm at. That's
All right.
so yeah, I'm sorry. I spoke out of turn. I'm pretty sure it's like $60 or $80 for tickets now. But
The
yeah,
last
we
time we went to the movies, we dropped $120. Just all 5 of us in a movie, popcorn, like the bare minimum.
right, right.
No, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? Amazon can give us a movie next time. We're just right at home, buy the movie for $20.
There you go.
Let it
Everybody's
be.
watching it.
Yeah, let it be.
Everybody's watching it. Yeah,
It
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
"No, about the theater." I'm like, "Yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah, y'all can watch it right here. 20 times. You can watch it 20 times in a row if you want, you
Yeah,
know?"
yeah, yeah. But
So
it's the same everywhere you go. Like even if you go to like a junk place, right? Like
oh, yeah.
you have to have the special socks, right? And everybody has to have to have the socks. So the adults
Yeah,
included. So they already know. And so then you're like, okay, how much is socks? $2? Nope. Kid
yeah,
socks, $6, adult socks, $8. Like $8 for socks. Like, And I'm not. I have pretty nice dress socks. I have pretty nice, but I'm like, these are just jump socks. All you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
is these are basically hospital socks. You know what I'm
They
saying?
are
Like,
hospital socks. That's exactly
yeah,
what they are.
they just have the little things at the bottom of them. I'm
Yeah.
like, why am I paying this much for hospital socks? But hey.
And how much have you paid that much and then brought home a nasty virus? Because those things are cesspools.
Right, right,
Those
for sure,
places are
for sure, for
cesspool.
sure.
We went to the last time we went, there was this kid jumping like everybody else, and
Yeah.
then mid jump between one trampoline and the others just started projectile vomiting, and I'm like, oh, we gotta go,
Oh,
we gotta go. It was.
we gotta get out of here. Oh no. Oof.
I wish I'd had my camera up. That would have been a viral video for sure. I'm sure someone captured it,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, it's a little insane to go to those places and then drop a third of your income just to have a little bit of
Right.
experience.
Yeah, mortgage payment, really. Yeah, that's what I'm
Well,
saying.
well, telling you.
Yeah.
So then we came up with a little solution.
Yeah. Yeah.
Primarily, you came up with a little solution because you're the planner, and I'm just waiting for the answer at this point for planning. So, what is the solution to a lot of this racket of making memories with our kids?
Yeah, so we did come up with a solution. So our solution is that we have already curated fun for you. We've given you creative ideas that are affordable, fun. They develop a bond between you and your daughter. You can have questions after the fact. And we have, developed this guide full of daddy daughter date ideas, from a DIY tea party to sporting events to what else do we have, Oscar?
I saw in there the cultural experiences,
Yep,
right?
yep,
Finding
yep,
cultural experiences, doing some art.
yep.
And normally I wouldn't necessarily be with that, but I've gone to some art places. My kids like to do that. And it's nice to show them something other than a closed in playground or a tablet, right? It's to show them
Right.
the culture that we have as humans.
Right. And even with that, so the whole idea with that is to, maybe look up a famous painting, from someone like Gauguin and Rembrandt, Van Gogh, Picasso, someone
Yeah.
notable, and then put that picture up, get some canvases, get some paint, and you and your daughters can recreate it.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
see if they can be little Picassos and Rembrandts and Michelangelos,
yeah.
let's see if let Leonardo da Vinci, let's see if they can recreate these masterpieces, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
this gives them the cultural experience. You can explain the time period, the mood of the picture, and then it also gives you guys something that you can do together and that you can keep, right? So we want all of these things to be memory making
Right.
activities.
Right.
These are bonds. These is building blocks to your relationship,
Yep.
and it doesn't have to break your bank, right? It doesn't have to cost you a fortune to do this.
Yeah.
And that is the real purpose for all of this, so that we can bond with our daughters in a way that makes an impact, makes a difference, and keeps us in touch. And we can look back on that years later and like, man, remember when we did that?
Yeah.
It was great. Yeah.
Yeah, and one thing I really like about this is that it it forces you to be more purposeful and mindful about what you're doing with your daughters.
Yes. Yep.
That's really cool because it's relatively easy to be like, well, we'll just go to the movie and then essentially let the movie experience be
That's
that,
right.
right?
That's
But
right.
what this creates is a little bit more of an ability for us as a father to show our daughters that purposeful feeling that we want to give
Yeah.
them, right? It's like
Yeah.
my dad put this together, and when you guys get this, you don't have to say it's from us. You just put it together for your
Right.
daughter. Let
Right.
take all the credit and let your daughter feel that in the long run, right? Because you mentioned a lot of these things have keepsakes, right?
Yes.
A painting, um, the one thing I like is like making mugs, right? Because now you have
Right.
this thing,
Right.
this
Right.
memory in your hand as you're drinking your coffee or whatever that
Right.
you feel, but that also your daughter will feel. So that's something I really liked about this is that it really allows for mindfulness and purposefulness for us to be there for our girls.
Exactly. And from start to finish, you can either plan it with your daughters or you can plan it and take all the credit, like we said. but even like a DIY tea party, right?
Yeah.
All of the things are probably already there in your daughter's room. You probably have a blanket somewhere. Your house has either some cups and saucers. If not, you can pick those up at the dollar store or whatever. And then water, tea, their stuffed animals, you, them,
Yeah.
and now you're having a conversation over some tea and cookies, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
you've done that, and you've done that, and now you've made it fun for them. You've spent some intentional time. You thought it through. You said, "Hey, I want to spend this time with you. We can be silly about this. We can be serious. Maybe tea party becomes the code word for you and your daughter when you need to talk.
Right.
Like, hey, dad, I need to have a tea party with you. Man, wouldn't that be a great experience? Like being able to
Absolutely.
share that constantly and say, okay, well, this means she needs to have some time with me.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a lot of things coming from the Daughter Podcast. This is just one of them, but this is really exciting because, as I mentioned, I'm not good at that planning stuff. So to have this and be able to put these into play is going to be really really cool for me and my 3 daughters. As we start putting these things out, we'll let you guys know. As always, if you are following us, you will get all the information. Any comments, concerns, any requests you have to daughterpodcast.com. That's where you can find all of our stuff. Our email is in there. All of our social media is in there. This guide is soon to come.
Yes.
We will make the big announcement for that. But we are excited about it, and we know that it's going to help fathers to connect with their daughters. And that's what we want. We want strong, mindful, and present fathers all the time in our community. So with that said, keep supporting us, keep listening, keep watching. Remember to connect with us through our social media and through the text us link below. And until then, I'm Oscar with Blandon on the other side. See y'all later.